It is the Riot freaking you out with the Saturday podcast.
You're like, wait, what happened? Is it Monday? It's actually Saturday, but you get a special Worst of Riot 2018 podcast today.
Things in the podcast, Nikki's trip to Texas Day, Brazil.
Yes, I love that place.
Twitter
Bring
storms.
the swords.
Yeah, right. Naked Cheetos, cake for a tase, Star Trek, and actually this might be the best part of the whole Worst of the Riot. This is where Nikki declares that she's still here.
And I don't remember this part, but I'm going to have to listen to the podcast today to find it out.
When you hear it, you'll be
I'll notice it.
Yep.
That was it.
Okay. Let's see. MoviePass beginning its downhill journey. This is in this podcast, we talk about MoviePass not allowing you to see the same movie more than once. Port-a-potty clothes changing, Beat Saber, and Twitter
that makes an appearance.
So you guys enjoyed today's podcast. If everything went according to plan, last night I saw House of Heroes play live in Columbus, and this morning I'm in the afterglow sipping coffee thinking about how awesome it was.
Well, you're enjoying this special Saturday podcast edition.
It's the Riot.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the Worst of the Riot 2018 on RadioU.
Man, we've been so busy this morning. I still have not seen Kylie's post-baby body.
We'll get to it eventually.
It says it's incredible. That's right there in the headline.
Some mornings we really dislike going through our news.
We're just so busy in here, right?
Well, you've had a lot of other stuff. You had a busy weekend.
Yeah, let's talk North Carolina. Durham's Bull City Burger and Brewery. Doesn't that sound good? A big old burger right now?
Hamburger, yeah.
Where are you at on a tarantula burger, Nikki?
A lot of our listeners sent this to us.
Tarantula burger.
It looks so gross.
You know, during the spring fundraiser, we ate bugs, but we never did get to the tarantula.
We did a battle of the bugs.
Which means we still have a tarantula.
We do. It's in a jar. It's in a can. You pop the lid off of it, and there's a tarantula in there that you can eat.
Once you pop.
Yeah,
can't stop.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. I think it goes bad very quickly.
Like 2 days.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of warnings on that.
So here's the deal. They've done this for 7 years, and you have to sign up to win. They've got, is it 18 people? We'll win a chance to pay $30 for a burger.
Is that winning?
They think it is.
So there's only so many slots for this tarantula burger?
It's $30 if you win to go in and do it. Customers who have won in the past say it tastes mostly like crab or other shellfish with sometimes a bit of a metallic taste. Have you seen... Wait. I'm
not eating it.
Did we not in this studio
for the fundraiser?
You were no. You were going on and on about how much you wanted lobster, as I recall.
Oh yeah, that I'll eat.
Everybody's saying that this basically tastes like lobster. It's shellfish,
but it's not.
It's not.
It's got that big butt thing, and it's just so weird.
Well, I think what you do is, are you looking at the picture I sent you? You got to just put the bun on top
and forget about it,
and just take some bites. You know
what do they do? Just set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Put the bun on there and just let it go.
Now,
what is that? It looks like there's a sauce on there with it. I wonder what that sauce is. Okay, it's a Gruyere cheese. Gruyere, sure it is. A secret sauce and a whole oven roasted.
Which is more bugs.
It's a whole oven roasted zebra tarantula.
Ew, that's the one we ordered. So I bet you they got the same can.
Slightly salted and oven baked. I'll bet it is the same thing, isn't it? It's just the same thing. They're basically taking...
You're buying the same can.
You can do this at home for $10. You could buy a tarantula, put it on a burger. Done.
Same thing. If you don't win one of the slots for this North Carolina restaurant for the tarantula hamburger,
you can count me out. I'm up for all kinds of interesting burgers that are available on the market today, but I am not interested in the zebra tarantula burger.
Is this because it's Exotic Meat Month? That's what April is? Did you say that? Yeah. Looks like that's what April is.
I did not know that. So, okay, here's what I don't understand. If you scroll up, they say they've been doing this for 7 years. If you scroll down, they say this is the second year they've done it.
So which is it?
Which one is it? Have they been doing this for 7 years or 2 years?
Don't know. I think they've been doing for 7 years the exotic meat stuff for the Exotic Meat Month.
Okay.
But it's the second year because they've done Previous Exotic Meat Month promotions have included alligator, iguana, python, bison, turtle, elk, and more. But the Tarantula Challenge part of it is only its second year.
I'll eat bison and elk. Sure,
that one you're fine with.
They're close enough to a cow.
Close
That's
enough.
Fine. That's fine. But like alligator, python, no.
An iguana?
Turtle, iguana, nah. I don't want that. I don't want any lizard meat. Like, give me my fellow mammals. And I'm good.
So no lizard, no tarantula. But if you're interested, again, that's the Durham Bowl City Burger and Brewery in Carolina.
It's in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
The riot made a lot of people laugh in 2018. Sure, it was mostly people laughing at them, but those laughs still count. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Something instinctive among radio DJs is just be around one and put your headphones on. You'll watch them all put their headphones on immediately.
Well, I mean,
because when they see one person putting them on, like, well, we must need them on. Put them on.
There must be a reason.
Nikki put her headphones on, and I was like, put them on. Just putting them on.
Well, I mean, we need our headphones on, but you mean I put them on before you did?
Yeah, and as soon as I saw you put yours on, I didn't even think about it. I just put mine on, and then I was like, man, you didn't even think about it. You're like, put your headphones on. If Nikki goes to jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off a bridge?
If I have my headphones on,
apparently
you will.
I will. If Nikki goes to Texas Day, Brazil, and doesn't say anything about it, will you?
Oh, you missed out so big.
That's funny because, before you actually went, you had a real different attitude on Friday morning.
I know, it was totally nice.
You had your attitude on Friday morning was like, I don't think I really want.
Well, here's the thing, all right?
Did you buy the card?
No, we did not. And in fact, no one asked me about that. So I don't know if maybe that promotion is just
over.
Yeah, over or just not talked about. But on Friday, Eric and I went to this Texas Day Brazil. It's like a steakhouse, but it's the ones where they walk around with the swords of meat.
Big slabs of meat.
And to me, that was not an attractive selling of this restaurant because...
You were imagining Denny's with people walking around with...
Not really, but I mean, I like meat, but I don't like meat. Like, it's just not... The whole restaurant, I didn't want dedicated to it.
Yeah.
But we got there. Everybody was so nice. So nice. So nice and friendly.
So how much did you eat?
A lot, even though I feel like if you were to actually put it all out, it'd be like one normal dinner worth. But
you think so?
Because you spread it all out, and then there was like this salad bar, which had a lot of cheese and meats. And then they bring you just other stuff to the table. Like, the extras might have added up for more, but meat-wise, they go around with, like I said...
Meat-wise. That's a great word.
They go around with these swords. You have this little circle that you flip on and off if you
want more meat?
Yeah, like if you want them to come by. And when they start coming by, it is overwhelming. Overwhelming.
But in the best way
because
possible.
They're lining up just to bring you like, hey, would you like this or that? And so they shave you off something or you get like a medallion of meat.
So by the time it was over, did you begin, speaking differently? Like, yes, bring the fatted calf before me.
No, but there were a couple things like you wanted and you're like, hey, over here. Like you knew what you did not like out of the rotation.
Meat boy. Shave off some of that chicken for me.
Bring it on over here. It was so good.
Do not be insolent with me, boy. I will call you back later.
The food was really, really good. Again, everybody was so nice. The desserts were really good, which means there's more than one.
Oh, so wait, was the dessert the same way? Dessert boy came by?
No,
we can't ever take Michael to
I wasn't
this place.
sure if it was a part of the... Included with it, and then I found out afterwards it was not, but they'd given us a free dessert, and then the other one we were gladly purchasing, I guess.
The other one? How many desserts did you need? Okay.
There was two of us. We wanted to try two of them, but it was really nice. I was very impressed with the taste.
How long did Eric go before he had to eat again?
Because we wanted to see like if you could eat so much meat that he wouldn't have to eat the next day.
Yeah.
I think it was probably around dinner.
Okay, so
a little bit before then.
No eating at all on Saturday until dinner.
I don't think he did, so no.
Yeah, but the thing is with Eric, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but Eric does things like make secret runs to McDonald's.
That's true. He hasn't done that in a while.
There'll be stuff where he's like, oh, hang on, I got to go out to the garage.
When you get the actual hamburgers.
Yeah, like Eric will get a snack on his way to dinner.
Sure.
Kind of stuff. So, I mean,
it was very impressive, though. Very, very good.
And you felt like it was worth it.
It would. Now, I wouldn't go there all the time. I think we decided next time will be his birthday.
Okay.
Just because it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was expensive and a lot of food.
Lots to process.
Did you literally for your body?
How did you feel when you woke up on Saturday?
I felt really good until we had the desserts. Then I was like, well, you know what? We've overindulged. We've overindulged. It's like a little sick to the stomach.
Was it stuff like a bacon flour? Is that their dessert?
No, we had a Brazilian cheesecake.
Oh,
which had
you have my attention.
It was so good. With a lot of caramel, a lot of like a chocolate sauce on the bottom, but it wasn't a melted chocolate sauce. It was almost like a cheesecake consistency of it in different layers.
All right.
And then we had a papaya. It was like a mousse, but it was papaya mixed with ice cream. So it was a very, very different consistency. That was very nice.
That sounds delicious.
It was really good. Couldn't help ourselves. So.
Well, no, because they were helping you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was Friday.
Dessert
we ate a lot.
boy, bring me your Brazilian cheesecake and leave that pound of bacon while you're here. No, I'll just eat it right off the sword.
And I was I did some Instagram stories with it, and I noticed a lot of people like Brazilian food as well.
Sure.
When the meat comes on the stick, you must have quit. What? I don't know what else rhymes with that. I don't know what else.
When the meat comes on the stick, you must have quit.
I don't know what else to go with it. You can't quit?
I'm amazed they haven't tried that in court somewhere yet. I mean, come on.
Total Riot Oreo consumption was at its highest level yet in 2018. Looking forward to a double-stuffed new year. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, Amanda Burnett is caught in a Twitter storm.
What happened?
Twitter storm. Twitter storm.
Who needs official sound effects when you can do that on your own?
That was mine. I did it. I should go into a field where you create things using audio.
Yeah.
Because I have a vision for it.
Well, you do.
I just need to get the skill set to create it.
Show them your birthday horn.
Twitter storm. My what horn?
Your birthday horn that you do? No, the one with your mouth. Well, not your strongest showing.
That's a horn.
That's not yours, though. That's that little, your soundboard.
Twitter storm! Twitter, no? All right, whatever.
What happened?
She's in a Twitter storm, Nikki.
Yeah, but what happened?
Cloudy with a chance of Twitter storm.
I just want the details.
What? Like,
what's the details?
What we're doing right now is getting everybody excited about what's going to happen.
Yes, I feel like we are already amped.
Okay, everybody amped?
We're
everybody
ready to go.
Okay, Amanda, she's 23. She went on a date with a guy at a restaurant called The Tap in Indianapolis. And they texted a little bit after the date, but then after a while... Didn't work out. She was done with him. So he sent her an invoice for dinner.
Oh, come on, man.
The invoice was $39.52.
For like her side of it?
Mm-hmm. So it was her Moscow Mule. I don't know what that is.
It's a drink.
Okay, and a beer. And then smoked hickory barbecue pulled pork tacos.
She's going for it.
A processing fee of $1.99.
Oh, for the
he threw that on there. I
for
guess.
His stuff?
Yeah, and then $39.52. So like he invoiced her for dinner
because it didn't work out for them.
I guess.
But that's like you're investing. Like if you go to a date and the guy pays, or sometimes you split it. But like if it's implied or if he went ahead and paid for it, that's an investment in a possible relationship. It doesn't mean like you got to go on another date.
This is a weird one for me because I read this yesterday and I was looking at the responses on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And, people always give fair and balanced, thoughtful responses online.
Not in a Twitter storm.
Twitter storm!
Ba-boom!
So people are really divided. Some people, and not all girls.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like just the guys were like, yeah, you get your money back. There were a lot of girls that were like, yeah, you should pay for your own meal. And then on the other side, there were guys, oh, Nikki doesn't like that. You think the guy should pay?
If he paid already, this is different.
Okay.
If you are if you're starting off and you're dating, it's great to split the check. I think that's fair until you get into a relationship. It's not fair for the guy to always pay, and it's not fair for the girl to always pay.
I agree.
But if you've already eaten and the check has
already paid for it.
And you've already paid for it, and he already went ahead and did that, and that was not something he spoke up then and there about, I feel like it's petty because you didn't feel like the relationship progressed in enough way that now you're going to send her the invoice. That's where I feel it's petty.
Okay. So the thing I don't like, I don't like the idea, and I really don't like this. I don't like the idea that if I do something for a girl that she owes me something in return. Other than, okay, we go on a date, I buy her a meal. I feel like at that point, the only thing that there's an expectation of is like show up, basically, like, be nice, I guess, whatever. But the follow up, like if she doesn't want to go out again, that she shouldn't, just because I did something nice for her, she should not owe me in
because
return.
It didn't work out.
That is completely inappropriate. Like, no way. Like,
it's petty, and it's like, now I don't know, because I thought, like, was she rude to him afterwards, or like maybe the situation,
stopped texting him back.
Maybe
That's what he says.
The situation wasn't handled. I don't know if it was handled good enough for him, or
everything I just said being accepted. Though I will tell you, Nikki, that like there is part of me that's just like, I'd love to invoice some people.
That's because you were always the nice guy.
Just be like, you know what? Listen,
he was so sweet.
I'm sure that you just needed a meal, and so here's the invoice and interest. I know this was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I still want to charge you for that.
It's like, no, I want my money back, okay?
You're not, that's not why, when you go on a date, that shouldn't be it. Like, you just got to decide then and there. Usually split checks. That's a great way to start off, but he paid for it already.
That's interesting. Like, if I was out with a girl and she wanted to pay for her own stuff, I would honestly, I would assume at that point she was like, I just don't like you.
No, not at all.
But that isn't necessarily the case. Like, maybe
that's the awkward part of dating that you kind of got to get over. But thanks to many apps, it's easy to split checks and still pay.
That's true. The other thing you might consider is like maybe not start with dinner. How about coffee?
That's a good one.
Just start with coffee, and then because you buy somebody a cup of coffee,
or you're meeting and you buy your coffee and then you meet. So then it's already taken care of.
2018 was a year full of highs and lows. Here's an example of one of the lows. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I see last night Josh was back to his old tricks, asking people important questions like how often should they shower.
Josh, from the host of The Most Wanted here on Radio U, and a frequent poster on our Radio U Facebook page, which you should really be following.
So did you see this, Nikki, about the...
I did not see the article, but I just saw that he posted something.
Okay, well, I'm reading the article here. It's from Time Magazine. We're all big fans of Time Magazine, getting our subscriptions... And our free flip phones that come with it.
Yeah, something like that.
So they interviewed Dr. Elaine Larson of Columbia University School of Nursing, and here's what she found out. Showering, that's really just for looks, bro. Well, and for smell.
You don't need to shower, or how often do they say?
She says from a bacteria standpoint.
Yeah.
You could shower once, maybe twice a week.
Yep.
No big deal.
But from my hair standpoint, we need to shower once a day.
That's not how she feels. She says that actually your body is a well-oiled machine, and that
that's the problem.
The oils are actually good for you. That they would be good for your hair and good for your skin if you didn't shower so much.
It's a mess. I need a shower. It just makes you feel better in the morning. I need to shower.
Okay, but that's just habit. She's saying that from a bacteria standpoint,
from a mental health standpoint, I need to shower every day.
They go on. This is a great
Otherwise,
article.
Otherwise, it drive me crazy.
It's short, but it's fascinating that they say depending on your culture is just how into bathing in general that you are. She said that Rome, Egypt, and Greece were all three societies where frequent bathing was really in vogue. And so and I love this. She said that once Rome fell, they had such an infrastructure built for there to be clean, fresh water that suddenly bathing wasn't as big of a deal because it was very hard to get the water to do so. And so for almost 1,400 years, it was not a thing. Then it kind of came back, and apparently in France in the 14th century, they were like, hey, guys, we need to stop all this warm water bathing. It's opening up your pores and you're getting the plague.
Oh, so they're saying it was not good for you.
They blamed hot water for the plague spreading so quickly.
Even though I don't see that being possible.
It's not correct, but just remember that every time you're absolutely sure that science has something figured out, that we used to bleed people and hot water caused the plague.
No, I know they say it's like with your jeans. Like you're not supposed to wash your jeans every day.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to wash your body every day, but...
That's what they say.
It really depends on the person.
Okay.
I can only use dry shampoo so much.
She says that if you ask... there would be, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a quote here. I tell patients who shower daily not to lather their whole bodies. Hit your pits, butt, and groin. There's your medical quote. The areas that produce...
Thanks for that one.
I'm sorry.
It's medical. It's fine.
It's right there.
It's medical.
The rest of your body doesn't need so much soaping.
Sure.
So a little less soap. My problem is this runs completely against what I was thinking this morning. I was trying to determine how I could fit in maybe a third or fourth shower in the day.
Don't you like it? It's nice.
Take a shower in the morning.
Nice
take a shower
warm
after
water.
you work out.
Yeah.
And then at night, you just take a recreational shower. It's just something you do. You're just hanging out.
If it's a hot day out, you take a cold shower. If it's a cold day out, you just warm up, take a nice shower.
Just hang
out. Nice bath.
I'm telling you.
And she's saying we don't need to do that as often.
You're killing your skin. That's what she's saying. You're absolutely robbing your skin of the moisture that it's looking for.
You'd be fine. You'd be dry anyways. So it says it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just telling you what the doctors say, Nikki. I'm not claiming to be an expert myself. I could spend all day in the water if it was up to me.
No, I wish I could go for days and just not take a shower and not wash my hair, but no.
Well, I didn't realize you were showering daily, so this is encouraging.
Every morning.
All right.
One day, when historians look back on the year 2018, they'll wonder how we let it go on for so long. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Ask yourself a question. If you could bathe yourself in anything, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a very interesting question.
Yeah, because you really start thinking in terms of what are things that you like the flavors of. So there was a time when I really wanted a Diet Coke bath. I also thought the bubbles might be fun.
Just a little carbonation.
Just a little something,
Nothing too much. But don't you feel like, haven't we always been told you never drink the bath water? So
well, Nikki,
is it weird?
We're going to buck that trend. Well, you know what? I've got two bathrooms. I'll go take a shower in one, and then I'll have the other one filled up with the Diet Coke bath.
Then
and then
you
I
get
in
that, yeah.
So I'm, mostly clean. Quite frankly, probably a lot cleaner than the lines that are going to the Diet Coke you're getting from the fountain machine, but I digress. Okay, so there's that. Honey mustard seems to me to be a personal fave.
If you had a basket full of chicken fingers as well.
I'm just sitting in honey mustard, dipping chicken fingers in honey mustard. That feels degenerate in a real strong way.
But amazing in another way.
Okay, so how about this one? What about KFC gravy?
I've never been a gravy person. That holds no forbidden mystery to me for a bathtub full of gravy.
What's funny to me is I don't like gravy either.
Yeah.
But I like KFC gravy.
It's probably not actually considered gravy, to be honest.
That's what I feel like. I feel like as a kid, somewhere I connected with KFC gravy, and it's fake gravy. It is like the lowest form of gravy. So when people would introduce me to real gravy, they're like, hey, look, it's got chunks in it. You're like, ew.
That's not the processed stuff that I have come to love.
Something's wrong with your gravy. I like it brown and watery. That's the kind of gravy I want to get.
I'm saying no to the gravy thing.
Okay. Well, we got a guy in the UK. His dream, his name's Sean, he wants to take a bath in KFC gravy. So he's done the math on how much money it's going to take to fill his bathtub with KFC gravy.
It doesn't come in very big,
no, it doesn't.
Little things. I think you need to order the bags of it.
Mm-hmm. So he feels like he needs 475 pounds.
Of gravy?
No, that's money in UK.
Oh, sure.
So that's about $675.
It's not the worst to achieve a dream.
No, it's not. And he has raised about $400. So he's about $275 shy.
Is he a YouTuber or something? I feel like he's doing this to show it online.
Well, probably. Let me read you his GoFundMe synopsis. Hello, sir or madam. I am raising money to fulfill a lifelong dream of mine to bathe in KFC gravy. You may be thinking, why does this young man desire such a strange venture?
We were?
Long and short of it is, I bloody love KFC gravy, and it would a pleasure of not just mine, but also others' lovers see such feat.
Are you sure that's translated right or something? It seems a little off.
Nikki, it's from the UK.
I know.
We speak the same language.
I know, but it doesn't seem like it.
I could have made it sound. I could have just read it and read it correctly.
Yeah.
But instead, I wanted to read it as written.
Dude, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you should be getting KFC on board, and you're not paying for that gravy. You know
I
that doesn't
agree
cost
with
them
you.
a lot.
You need to call your local KFC manager and be like, hey, manager, I need to talk to you about something.
When is the delivery of the gravy bags?
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? That's another one that you could do. Like, you could just rob a KFC delivery truck. That's totally a great idea.
It's fine.
Yeah, you could give them the gravy back when you're done.
You're
no
just,
big deal.
Taking a detour with it. It's like the chicken nugget guy from Wendy's. You make enough chatter online.
Yeah, and pretty soon something happens.
Pretty soon you're in the bathtub with gravy. You could make your dream possible.
Well, I will tell you, Sean, as I said, is not quite there yet. And
Getting close.
Here's the thing that amazes me. Looking at it, he's had this thing up for a month and a half. He's only had one donation. And somebody donated maybe his dad. His name, a guy named Dustin, gave him
money.
Yeah. So the thing that gets me is if people are surely someone will just pay for this, right?
We'll see what happens.
Don't things like this get paid for because the internet's dumb? Isn't that how it works?
Just have to see.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to give him any money, but I'll watch that.
And that's why he's not there at his goal.
I'll watch that YouTube video. Sure.
Remember last year when you thought the riot couldn't possibly be any worse next year? You were right, but of course that doesn't mean they've gotten any better. It's the worst of the riot 2018 on RadioU.
I just would like to, before we talk about your naked Cheeto time, Nikki just said to me, you sound like a goat.
What? No, you stretched and yawned at the same time, and you go, and it just sounded like a goat to me.
I think you got goat on the brain.
Well, we talked about that earlier.
Nikki's focused on that farm, guys. So here we are. You're in Monroe, Louisiana. You're having a nice night, and you think to yourself, I could go for a hot bath, and nothing goes with a hot bath like a bag of Cheetos.
I guess if you want to relax and that's something you like, that's your snack time. So
you head inside, right? And you get yourself some Cheetos and you just relax. And then what happens? Every time you're trying to relax, what happens? Somebody comes in and interrupts you right in the middle of your bath and Cheeto time.
Yeah.
And then they call the police.
Because, you call the police because someone's interrupting you or because you're not?
No, they call the police.
If I had to guess, did someone break in and that's not their bathtub?
Well, the door was kind of open. All right. And I found the Cheetos.
And then they're not, that's not their place? They broke in?
Yeah.
And they're using the bathtub naked?
And eating your Cheetos. Oh, okay, I have a couple.
I'd have to move.
I got a couple of questions for you.
Yes.
One, what's worse, that they're eating your Cheetos or
they're
using
naked.
The bathtub?
They're naked, yeah.
But, I mean, you're throwing that. Are you throwing the bag of Cheetos away?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I thought the police would take that as evidence.
Maybe. Well, here's my thought is, at least they were clean when they were eating the Cheetos. So, I mean, since they washed their hands, can you reach your hand into the stranger Cheeto bag?
Nope, not at all.
Can't? Okay.
They're gone to me. They're dead to me.
And that bathtub, can you just clean
That's
that tub?
dead to me, too.
You can't use it again?
That I would take the person to court and say, hey, you need to outfit a new tub.
Something tells me they
don't
probably
have the money for that.
the
It doesn't
resources.
Matter. They're going to collect that till the day they die.
Well, okay.
Because that's my bathtub.
All right. Well, here's something I want you to explore, this space, this idea.
Yes.
What if you got in there and it's a woman that did this? Like, what if she seemed really, clean cut? You know, you saw her and you were like, you know what? She's not really that dirty. I guess a little bit of Comet, a little bit of elbow grease.
A little scrub.
Oh, yeah, because we're way past, just a little, swish around soap. I think you got to get down with some microparticle scrubbing.
Bleach.
Yeah, you're really getting, I think you could probably get back in there.
I don't know. I would just feel like the space has been compromised, and I just wouldn't feel safe there anymore.
I mean, every time you walk in your bathroom, you expect to see a naked stranger eating your Cheetos.
You know how we always joke, safe space, safe space. I'd really feel like my safe space was gone.
You need your bathroom to be a safe space?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're out. You're selling, you get out.
And I don't think I have to disclose that. You know, that's not like someone was murdered there, but I would leave. Especially if it's an apartment, I'd be like, I don't feel safe here anymore. I'm going.
And you could probably get out of your lease for that.
I bet you could.
Do you think?
I think you could.
That's one of those, it's probably not in the lease, but you could, they'd probably just.
Unless I was the one who left the door unlocked in a jar. You know, how did they get in? Did they break in?
How did you get the door in the jar?
A jar.
What?
Never mind. So I don't feel like I could
You're
recover
out.
from that. No,
Okay.
I would move someplace else.
I feel that. That's an experience I hope I never have.
I know. Have you ever been broken into?
You know, we've all dreamed of coming home and finding a beautiful naked woman eating Cheetos. Like, who hasn't had that dream, right? But I mean, not a stranger. Come on. Like, just let's get real for a minute with this.
We finally got around to pouring over all of your complaints from last year, and these are the Riot bits you mentioned the most. It's the worst of the Riot 2018 on RadioU.
So I'm reading a book right now, which you can also get through shop.radiou.com, and a portion of your purchase will benefit the you, called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. Here's the sub thing. It says, it's impossible to be spiritually mature while remaining emotionally immature. Nikki, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it is so good. It's so good. I'm talking about it. I got to tell you guys about this book. It has been, now I'm halfway through it.
It could take a turn.
I'll tell you, if the back half gets weird, I don't know.
It's not he doesn't know about that part.
I don't know yet. There is this element of like, hey, I don't want to recommend anything till I'm all the way through it. But so far, it has been really good. And it really just talks about how most of us are emotionally immature. Like we just have not grown up to be emotionally mature people. And oh my gosh, it's fascinating. One of the things. Yesterday it was so good. Basically, I've just taken to the point where I have to sit down and read it with my journal because I'm reading and I have to write about it as I'm reading through it. And one of the statements yesterday that I can't stop thinking about is we were talking about one of the kind of like hallmarks of emotional maturity is that you can listen without reacting and you can speak without respond without antagonizing. So listen without reacting, respond without antagonizing.
So maybe out earlier.
Boom! Like, mind blown.
So earlier this morning when you told me you hadn't gone and seen Ready Player One and I emotionally reacted, maybe I should not have.
And then you responded by antagonizing.
Maybe this is a good book for all of us.
Now, Nikki, to be clear, I actually, when reading that, I was like, now... I can't bring that kind of emotional maturity into our broadcast format.
Sure, because it just doesn't fit.
Nikki and I won't have anything to talk about. If we just affirm each other, the show's going to last about 5 minutes. So I get that.
Unless that's what you would like, a shorter riot.
You know, Nikki, I feel like you and I, well, certainly I do. I suspend certain niceties at the door and pick them up on our way out.
And then we're fine with that.
I mostly treat Nikki a lot better upstairs than I do down here. Mostly. Sometimes down here makes it up there.
But when the doors close and we're done with the riot and done with work and it's personal,
right? That's
a great way to start looking at things.
I mean, think about that. Somebody is expressing to you how they feel, whatever. You listen to them without reacting. And by reacting, meaning that you basically don't lash back out at them.
Sure.
And then responding without antagonizing. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I know anybody who does that at all. It's like, I feel like most of the environments I've spent a ton of my time in is people always respond and antagonize in the response. Dude.
It's our nature.
Oh, it is our nature. It absolutely is. And I think most of us probably don't push past that at all. And man, I just cannot stop thinking about it. That idea of like, hey, I'm going to listen to you. And instead of reacting to it, like I am so mature and have reached such a good place that one, I don't have to freak out about what you're saying. And then two, when I respond to you, I don't have to dig at you when I respond. Man, the whole internet's out. I mean, like, that's gone.
That's every comment section.
That's the end of the internet right
now,
there.
Every time you talk about a book, people are always like texting 2 days later. What was the name of the book?
It's called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality, and the guy's name is Peter Scazzero, Scazzero. I'll tell you what, like, it's not, I haven't, like I said, I haven't finished it. I am, Kendall says that I'm 45% of the way through, but I thought I would get way further through it yesterday, but I couldn't. I had to take too much time to process the stuff that I was reading. And so I'm actually looking forward to getting back into it tonight, even though I'm like, man, maybe I just want to read back through the last chapter again to think about it some more.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the Riot 2018 on RadioU.
let's talk about the police officer that tased the firefighter. Did you see this? Happened in Ohio over the weekend. Hamilton Township officer Darcy Workman accidentally tased firefighter Ricky Wagner with her stun gun last week, trying to restrain a patient that was being taken to the hospital.
Oh, so she missed the patient and then it accidentally hit the firefighter?
Mm-hmm. He got a little tase going on.
Aww.
So she baked him a cake and
Just
brought
say
it up.
sorry?
Yeah, and it says on it, "Sorry, I tased you."
What was the one guy from years ago?
Don't tase me, bro.
That guy,
Don't
yeah.
tase me,
You should have
bro.
put that on the cake.
Looking at the story, first off, I was like, wow, like that's so nice. I don't think she baked it. I think it's a store-bought cake. That's nice.
Still, that says, I'm sorry, just
still
as well
says,
as
"Sorry, I
a
tased
homemade
you."
cake does.
But, I got to thinking two things. One, is that enough? Somebody accidentally tases you. Is a cake enough? You know? But, I mean, it's a nice gesture, right?
We've never been tased, so I don't know, how bad is it? I bet it's pretty bad.
But it's bad.
I would do a cake and perhaps a lunch gift card.
Oh,
here, lunch is on me. So sorry that you're hurt. I would do that combo with a card.
Well, what if instead of a cake, what if we did something like it's a lunch gift card and then a movie gift certificate?
Yeah, the little combo things you can get. Yeah, I would totally do that.
What if it was a check for $1 for every volt that they taste you with?
I doubt that he could accept that then.
You don't think so?
I mean, that's just, it really was an accident.
Okay, so that was my first question. Is the cake enough? And you're saying no.
I'd
You feel
do a
like
lunch
it needed
gift
a
card.
little bit more. Okay.
We're talking $25.
But then here's the second question I had. If somebody came in, you're hungry, you're really hungry, and somebody laid a big chocolate cake with buttercream icing on the table and was like, "You want some?" Yeah. This whole cake is yours if
you get tased.
You let me tase you.
No, I don't want to.
You can have this cake if you let me tase you.
No, you want to know why?
Tell me.
Deep down, we read these articles sometimes. It'd be terrifying of she didn't know she had a heart condition and the tase was just enough to take her out. I don't want anything along those lines.
There are a lot of things that happen when you get tased. So
I don't want to find out how my body would react to that and then not be here.
Yeah, well, that was my thing is you pass out and you wake up and you're like, "What's that smell?" You're like, "It's you."
You peed your pants?
Some things happened when we tased you, but the good news is there's plenty of cake.
And it's all on this next YouTube viral video.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Wait till you see the look on your face.
Because we got it.
We got all of it.
I'm worried about the unknown with getting tased, so I don't want to try it.
All right, so it's not cake, but what if it is? What if they brought out a big plate of lobster and a tub?
It's not food.
Big around.
No, it's not
enough?
food. It has to be money or
There's
a
no
car.
There's no food.
There's no food that's worth me getting tased for.
Yeah, okay. Previous morning show host here was like, "Hey, will you come in and let us tase you?" And I was like, "Well, what am I going to get out?"
Yeah.
What is "No, it's just going to be funny." Yeah, keep trying.
You need to give me something money.
Yeah, I got to get something.
Not even a gift card. I don't want it to be place specific. I want money.
You just want free cash.
I want it
has to be cash in small unmarked bills.
I
Non-sequential
don't even
bills.
know about counterfeit. You got to directly deposit that. I can use the Cash App or PayPal. I would need money first.
And how much? $100?
$500.
$500?
$500.
That's
I'm worth a lot. I'm worth the money, okay?
Well, nobody's saying you're not worth it.
I'm worth the $500 if I want to get tased.
Yeah.
I actually don't want to get tased, so.
Don't tase me, bro.
And this better not come up during the next fundraiser. Okay, how much do we need to raise to tase Nikki?
Raise for tase!
Oh, it does have legs.
It's you, Nikki. I'll let you. But just to be clear,
you want me to lead that one?
I'll tase you. That's how that'll work.
No, if we raise enough money, it's a team effort. We hold hands while someone gets tased and you don't know who it is.
You don't know who's going to get tased.
Maybe the other one feels it.
I once had a nightmare about having a nightmare where I was having a nightmare. This is like that. It's the worst of the riot 2018 on Radio U.
It's been a contentious day for text messages. We keep hearing from people, and you guys can text us anytime you riot.
Now, you can also call if you'd like to, but if you rather...
Nobody ever wants to call.
But what's hilarious is you will write us the longest text messages we ever see, and I think you're driving, so I'm a little worried.
So let's hear from some riot friends here. Nikki, Mark in Edmond, Oklahoma says that he's not a Star Trek fan, but the first reboot movie is great. I even own it.
Oh, when we talked about Star Trek, the first one, if I should watch it?
Yeah, like that was 3 minutes ago, so don't act like you barely remembered. Don't act like you just barely remember.
I was trying to catch them up, so they're like, I wonder what they're talking about.
Okay, sure. Andy says, Obi, I'm with you.
Thank you,
like
Mark.
her directing, it's going to lead to a mediocre to poor made movie. Jessica Jones is a great example of mediocre work. Andy, the thing that bothers me is that that's not remotely what I said.
Obi was mentioning they're saying there's going to be a female director for the new Star Trek movie.
And I feel like that piece of news is what they're using to hide the fact that they have a really bad idea for a story about Captain Kirk time traveling to meet his dad just because Chris Hemsworth is popular.
That's what Obi was saying.
That's the heart of it. But you know what, Nikki, that's what you call negative feedback. Somebody repeats back to you what you've said and gives you a chance to clarify. It doesn't mean that it's technically negative. It just means that you've been given a chance.
Chris, I love your text message. That's hilarious. Well, when I said I don't like time travel movies. I don't. And I don't like stuff in space. So that's why I tend to not watch Star Trek. But he said, wait, did Nikki just say I don't like time travel and I don't like space? Can we just put Obi in the right channel and Nikki in the left so he can unplug the speaker for me for the rest of the day? Very nice, Chris.
Hey, Nikki. It's a thing, you know?
I know. My apologies.
Jay in Pickerington says, Obi, don't forget the other Trek news they aren't shining a light on. Apparently, they're going to go ahead and make a movie, the Star Trek 4 and the Tarantino rated R Star Trek. Jay, that'll never happen.
Oh, they're going to go...
They did say they're making... They're saying that they're making Star Trek 4, but they're also moving forward on this other Star Trek movie idea, the one that Tarantino had. I am sure that they would like to make that movie.
Oh, got ya.
But, I don't think they're willing to make an R-rated Star Trek film.
That franchise is normally not that style of violence. It's different.
Yeah. So Ryan in Midland says, watch Star Trek, Nikki.
We talked a lot about Star Trek this morning. I think Ryan and everybody else should be glad that we're getting this news out to you.
Well, I mean...
And I'm still here, so I might not watch it, but I'm here with you guys.
Oh, Nikki, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.
You know what? That's great.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it. I do.
It's enough. I'm supporting you. What else do you need?
What would we do without you, Nikki? I have a little something for you that let me just skip ahead. Here you go. This is for you. Wait for it. It's building, Nikki. Here we go. You ready? Nikki! Standing strong! What would we do without you, Nikki? I'm so glad!
I'm
still here!
You know, it's a lot to hear this stuff every day, guys. It's a lot.
Woo!
It's a lot, and I am still here. Even if I don't want to watch the movie.
So glad. Still here, Nikki.
Are you proud of yourself? Pretty proud, aren't you?
You know, I couldn't done it if you hadn't exactly chosen those words.
The lyrics for it exactly to a T.
But thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I think I'm crying a little. I don't know why. Do I feel supported back? I don't think I do.
I gotta cough a lot.
I hate critics. Just let people like what they like. Who's to say what's good and what's bad? Okay, actually, this is bad. Really, really bad. It's the worst of the riot 2018 on RadioU.
MoviePass. Boy, I love how for many of you, I've become synonymous with MoviePass.
You're like a spokesman, but you're not. He's just one of the guys you might actually know who has one.
You guys can't fathom how many people hit me up on Facebook and Twitter this weekend about the MoviePass news. So the news was, and I still haven't seen where it's 100% firm or whatever, but they are saying that right now, if you sign up for MoviePass for $10 a month, you now only get 4 movies a month.
But I thought that was with you if you did a deal that they have with another company, but it's not like MoviePass.
No, it is. It is
now?
Yeah, if you would go to their website and sign up for MoviePass,
you get basically 1 movie a week.
You get a movie a week, which
you get a movie a day.
Yes, I can get a movie a day, except that's the other piece of news. let's say I decided I wanted to go see Avengers Infinity War today and use my MoviePass. What does that say?
It says oh my God. That is so shady.
I'm showing Nikki the app on my phone.
You've already seen the movie, so you can't go again?
No, you can't.
Oh, bye-bye MoviePass. That's so bad.
They will only let you see a movie one time.
Oh, that's a new development.
It is a new development.
There's only so many movies a month that you can see. Like, you couldn't even get to 30.
They know that.
Wow, that is shady.
But keep in mind, they are actively trying to keep you subscribed, but to reduce their outlay because they're hemorrhaging money. So they're trying to figure out a way
how to cut back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
While still keeping you on.
Right.
Oh,
but
come on.
But you know what? The thing is for me is that I will tell you that I know people are groaning, and rightfully so if they had a certain expectation. But for me personally, my end game with MoviePass is to see a movie a week. And I've only seen one movie more than once using MoviePass.
But you're not even at the summer season. What if you'd have more chances then? And
my thing is
taken away from you.
But like with the summer season, again, for me, I probably will not see a movie more than once. Now, Avengers Infinity War would have been the exception.
Sure.
Like, I would have gone and seen that more than once.
Will they lift that after a few weeks?
Well, the other thing is they've changed the terms of service. So what they've said is that not every movie is like that. So, for example,
the important ones.
Yeah, basically, the only movies they're doing that to are the ones that you'd want to see more than once.
See what they're doing with that.
But like, for example,
that art house movie, independent film, they're like, no, actually, you can go see that one as many times as you want. We insist.
That Halle Berry, Daniel Craig movie that came out this weekend that nobody's ever heard of.
Please go see it.
Like, yeah, you can as many times as you want. No problem.
That doesn't count towards your 4 a month thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still technically have an unlimited.
Sure. That'll go, though, eventually.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, you know what we should see is I used it to see Ready Player One. What if I try to see it? Nope. You've already seen this movie. Boy. They're out on that. What about Pacific Rim? You've already seen this movie.
It's not what you signed up for. I hate when companies change like that.
Oh, no, I completely agree with you.
That's not what they were about. So.
Well, and it just goes to show you that anytime a company wants to, they can alter the terms of service. That's in the terms of service.
That is it. Well, MoviePass gets a frowny face.
Yeah, it's still, I know people are mad about it. It's still not enough for me to back out on it because, okay, I figured they're going to fold at some point in the next year. My end game with it is I was really hoping I could get through the summer movie season using my MoviePass. And if that means that I can only use it
once a week,
I can still technically use it every day. I'm starting to run out of movies, but like...
they just want to know how desperate will you be to go see all the other ones.
Well, you know what? At $2.50 a movie, it's still a pretty good deal, even if it's not, the movie deal that you signed up for.
The movie you wanted to see.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot 2018 on RadioU.
Nikki, I was thinking of you yesterday, mostly because I always do. Everywhere I go and everything I do, something is reminding me of you.
Such a sweet friend.
It absolutely is. I headed over to the park to get in a run because we've got the RadioU 5K coming to RadioU, Ohio. When is that? Next Friday. And so I've been trying to get in some miles before that happens. And I got over there, and I was in jeans and a T-shirt, which I didn't want to run in that, so I had to change clothes.
Sure.
And there's only one place I could do that.
In your car? Or?
I had to change in a port-a-potty.
Oh, did you? Why didn't you go to the bathroom? Or change here?
The bathrooms were...
The bathroom is not the porta-potty.
The bathrooms were shut down.
They were locked?
There was no running water in the whole park.
They're
having problems.
This is what Obi sounds like in the porta-potty.
So I was in there, and I hope no one will get angry with me, but I used the... Okay... Are you allowed to say handicapped bathroom?
Well, it's wait.
Right. What's the word I'm supposed to use for that?
So wait, did you use the handicap porta potty?
Porta potty. Yeah.
I think it's all porta potties.
Okay, because there's like 2 normal-sized ones.
Yeah.
And then there was the...
Well, you need the room to change. Anybody would have forgiven
like
you for that.
And there was nobody around.
So it's
like,
fine.
I think this will be fine. But
like, you can't touch, like hot lava. Like, it's hot lava.
Yep.
But in porta-potty, it's all hot lava. The walls, the toilet, the floor. Like, you just got to get in and get out.
So I went in there and, you suddenly realize, like, hey, I need to change. But, like, I don't want anything I have to touch the floor. So,
did you burn it all?
No. What I did was I managed to get my pants off over my shoes.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have to take my shoes off because, I think that would have been a deal breaker. But there was one moment that was horrific. There was this moment where my keys fell out and landed on the floor of the porta potty. And I was just like... Then it suddenly occurred to me, like, what else do I have on me that could fall out of a pocket?
And worse, into the toilet.
It's like, I didn't have my phone with me, but I did have my wallet with me. And I was like, bro, if your wallet falls out, you're going to have to replace everything in there. So as I bent down to pick up my keys, I had my wallet in my hand because I was just like, I'm not going to let this happen.
Fall.
Now, in order for me to do all of this, I had a pair of shorts with me that I was changing into. And I was like, well... I can't let these fall. So what I ended up doing was wearing my shorts on my head. Just
to hold them there until you were ready?
Right, because my thought was, I've got a big head. I've got a big waist. They should fit. So I just put those shorts on my head and managed to. And the other, like, you're taking your pants off. And this to me was really dangerous because you're trying to get your pants off with your shoes on.
In a porta potty.
Right. And so that means that I'll tell you what you can't do. What you just under no circumstances can do in that moment is lose your balance and fall over. So there I am standing on one leg trying to get my shoes through my pants with my shorts on my head, thinking, don't mess this up.
Off the door would have opened then.
Don't mess this up.
Like, why is this shorts on his head?
Like, hey.
Why don't you just change in your car?
Oh, yeah,
I know that's weird, but if you sit in the back and try not to make it weird, you could have changed there.
No, because, all right, here's the thing. I'll just be honest with you. A girl changes her clothes in the back seat of the car at the park. And, a park ranger happens by and he's like, oh, I'll avert my eyes.
Let me cover the windows for you.
A guy's doing that and they're like, look at this pervert over here with his pants off in the car at the park.
You just didn't want to change in the porta potty.
We're taking you to see Smokey. We don't allow stuff like that here.
No, I think if you could have explained it, but I'm glad.
I don't think they would have even listened.
I'm glad that you at least got changed then.
I don't think they would have listened to me. And so.
You're not supposed to go into porta potties.
At this point, I don't think I'm supposed to go to the park. I just don't think I am. But I wanted to run at the park.
Yeah.
And normally I would go into one of the little buildings.
The
and
bathrooms.
They're pretty gross too, but they're better.
The problem with the bathrooms is someone unlocks them at the beginning of the day and locks them at the end, and they don't always get taken care of.
I'm going to go with Ever, but okay.
Ever? Well, they also don't open them up at certain seasons.
Yeah. So there.
Which is why the porta potties are there.
I was there in the porta potty, and that was something. Really something.
May I never borrow your keys?
Oh, it's okay, Nikki. I rubbed them on the microphone over there this morning.
It's like your finger paintings. People say it's good, but we all know it's not. It's the worst of the Riot 2018 on RadioU.
Remember, we're playing the Thankful game today where we come up with things we're thankful for. Thank you to Stacy. I'm thankful for her. She just texted in. She's in Springfield. She says, Obi, I'm thankful for your Obadiah plays yesterday.
Aww.
I haven't been so entertained so much while cooking dinner. Lightsaber VR DDR is amazing.
So you were talking about yesterday, and I was impressed because normally we talk about something and by way of just like the game maybe wasn't available,
sure.
But there was follow through.
Or maybe I just don't do it.
I didn't want to put on your hand.
You can say
I wanted it to be the game's fault.
I'm not mad about it.
You talked about Beat Saber, which is this game that you probably saw the Facebook video for a couple of months ago, where it was like some girl playing virtual reality, and it looked like she had lightsabers, and she was just swinging at the screen.
Yeah, they have like boxes that you're slicing the boxes.
And then the music would play, and you kind of do it to the beat, similar to like like this old stuff called DDR, but with
or Rock Band.
Yeah, but with lightsabers. And they came out yesterday.
It did.
And you played it.
I did.
It looked really fun.
It came out in early access. It's $20. It's currently only available for the PC, but it will be available, I think, for PlayStation VR. I'm almost sure they have announced that. But right now it's in early access, 10 songs.
I was wondering, it seemed like it was smaller, like not as many options with it.
But, 10 songs for $20, you figure back in the old days of Rock Band, what did you get, 30 songs for $60?
Plus, technically, you have probably the different levels on it for if it's hard or easy. Well,
I tried normal, which I thought was too easy. I did hard, which I was able to do hard on all the songs, but I could not do expert on any of them. I couldn't get all the way through
too
it.
Much?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to get to the point where you don't think, you just react. Like you
just
have to
swing?
Yes, and once I got to expert, the patterns got so complicated that was not what was happening.
Well, you should watch it because OB with virtual reality and sabers.
I'll tell you, it was a lot of fun. I didn't think at first it was going to happen because every stinking time I go to stream
anything for Obadiah Plays,
there's always drama, but this time it was like I got everything set, all good to go, and then my wireless headphones quit. So I just happened to have this long extension cord that I bought for a RadioU DJ service gig. I don't even know how long ago. Plugged in these other headphones. It was just massive trouble. And the other thing I did this time is I streamed differently. I used OBS. What is that? Open Broadcasts. It's basically
software?
Yeah, it's an open source streaming software, and that did such a better job.
Better than Wirecast?
No. Well, maybe not. Like I don't have Wirecast at home, but it enabled me. It was better.
Sure.
The audio is still not great because you can't, guys. You can try, but you can't. Like check the audio and fix the whatever. You got a freaking headset on. Like I don't know what's going on. Like once you see me start playing, it's over. I can't see.
At least it sounded fine and it looked great.
It was so much fun. Like so much fun.
So if you want to see Beat Saber from Obi for Obadiah Plays, that is up on RadioU Riot and RadioU. If you make sure to follow both our Facebook pages, and then if you sign up to get notified so the next time Obi goes live with something, it'll pop up with a notation for you.
Don't you want to see it? Of course you do.
Well, you want to be involved in it? And then are you going to post it on RadioU Riot on YouTube too?
No.
No? Oh.
Because it would not.
Well, now I'm thankful still that we have it on Facebook, okay?
Remember the drama?
Yeah, yes. Something's always.
Unlike the other software I have been using, actually for virtual reality, I cannot get it to record and stream at the same time. Like when I'm playing PlayStation or some of the other stuff, I can record and stream fine. Like, can't record and stream. And I got down to the moment, I'm like, it won't do it. And finally I was like, look. It's 5 o'clock.
Facebook is going to have to be it.
If we're going to do this, I'm hitting this button. We got to go.
I like the behind the scenes, don't you guys too? There's always a lot going on.
It took me like 30 or 40 minutes to get the stupid thing.
Wait now.
To get the
Look
thing.
at that. It
took me about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get it actually set up and working. And then we just decided to be thankful that we were streaming it all.
That you got something. That's good.
Look how thankful we are.
So RadioU and RadioU Riot on Facebook, that's all you got to go to right now.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot 2018 on RadioU.
Look, I know that Nikki and I spend more time staring at the internet than almost any of you do. And
Think of it this way. We do it so that you don't have to. You might want to, but you don't have to. We'll try to flush everything out.
And I know what you're thinking. You're like, no. I'm staring at my phone all the time, blah, blah, blah. But let me put it to you this way. I feel like Nikki and I stare at internet culture more than anybody else. We're always reading. We're always looking. We're always. And
it's hard, I feel like, because we get the look at the industry and we know why some things are being pushed to you guys and some things are not. And it's just kind of hard when you see and you know more behind the scenes stuff. It's disappointing.
How it works.
Yeah. And then you guys pick up on something and not everybody knows the behind the scenes that made that happen.
So maybe it's just me. Like maybe what I have to say is just from too much internet. But I just want to say that I feel like as a society, all of us need to come together and agree that a Twitter beef is not news.
Is it not?
It's not news.
But Twitter wants you to have that news. Twitter will push that forward.
It is not news.
They're glad someone's having beef on them.
I am so tired of seeing, and I mean, it is not just, okay, the Daily Mail, like that's just a tabloid. Or, when I see tabloids, when, what's their name with the show? TMZ reports on a Twitter beef, of course they do. I mean, of course. But when I see mainstream media outlets reporting on a Twitter beef, it's like, what are we doing? And I get it. The reason they do it is because we all go and click it. That's why. Because they, in order to stay in business, need to sell ads, and they need people to see those ads. And as a result, they put things on their news sites that they click. They are literally giving the audience what they want.
Sure.
So one could argue that it's our fault. We've done this to ourselves. But I've got to say, one, I didn't click it. Two, I'm not going to tell you what the Twitter beef is, but I am going to tell you that it's not about Kanye. And three, why is this news?
Well, you have to remember, I think people like Twitter beefs because, or when you can see it on social media, you're feeling like you're getting it directly, eventually from the person themselves.
Yeah.
Not like, it'd be like if you had an actual on-camera interview with them, compared to like if CNN was reporting about a beef, but there wasn't really a direct thing you could physically see.
Yeah.
But with Twitter, it's like, oh, you can see them from their profile. They're having beef with someone. It's like you like to enjoy looking at it more. It's a spectacle.
There's part of me, and I know I get it. Some of this is probably brought on by I'm back to listening to hardcore history, so blame Eric, whatever. But I just think about all of the people in history that have, really done a lot of intense sacrificing and work to allow us to have the freedom that we have.
To tweet.
And I just want to go back and show them, here, guys, this thing that you're bleeding and dying to give us, this is what it is.
Oh, don't be so dramatic.
This is what it's led to. It's led to this. I'm not done.
That's going to disappoint them more than that.
I want to go back and let's forget about the sacrificing blood. I just want to go back and show the news pioneers, the broadcast news pioneers of the 30s, 40s, and 50s that worked hard to create ethics and doing things a certain way and all that kind of stuff. And I want to be like, guys, in 50, 60, 70 years, this is what your profession will be. There's going to be a person that's popular for no reason at all, and they're going to say something mean about somebody else who's popular for no reason at all, and that's going to be your job. You're going to tell people about it.
And that will get way more traction than any other news story that you'll ever come up with.
It's really something.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.